everyone, welcome to Garden for Cheap with me, Rachel. And this video is my third week, and my Thankfulness challenge for November. So today's November 21st, well actually today's November 20th, this is going to be posted on the 21st. And it's the challenge I started for November where you list 7 things and post it each Thursday of November. And I've wrote mine down, I think I've said that before. And then I just randomly picked 7 of those on paper. I've had some say that it's kind of hard to come up with just 7, and I've had others say 7's not enough. And I agree on both. When you're trying to pick something meaningful, sometimes it is hard to get the right ones. But that's what makes you reflect, and that's the good thing about this challenge. And not only that, but when I see everybody else's videos, it makes me, when they say what they're thankful for, it makes me reflect on my life, and if I have it in my life too, which usually you do. You just, sometimes you're just so caught up you don't notice. But anyhow, enough yakking, lip bumping. My number one thing on the list this week is my neighbors, especially Mr. and Mrs. Russell. Especially Mrs. Russell. She's the one, if you watch my videos, she's the one that gave me my lights for my trellis. The one that got me even started putting lights in my garden. She found them in her spare art room, or bedroom that she uses for all her arts and crafts and stuff. And she thought of me when she saw them and figured I could find a use for them. And lo and behold, I did my trellis. And I love them. And I'm getting more. I can feel it. But she also got me my rooster that sits on top of my trellis. But she's always been there. I can ask her questions about gardening. I can vent to her, ask her questions about life, or just confide in her. And her husband, Mr. Russell, he always lets me borrow tools when I need them, to do the work on the truck or the yard. Like when I cut the limbs down in April and chipped them up. Well, that was with his chainsaw and his chipper. So I'm very thankful for my neighbors. Sometimes it's hard to get good ones, but when you do, you really cherish them. My number 2 thing on the list this week is the YouTube community. I have met so many wonderful people that there's just no way to name them all. And not just in the homesteading community, but in the silver stacking community, and the outdoor community, and the fishing community, the networking community. YouTube in general, I have met so many wonderful people. Yeah, there's a few trolls out there, but you just can't beat the quality of people that I have found, met, and befriended. And met some of them in person. The opportunity that YouTube alone gives me to express my love of gardening and my way of life, and showing people that just because I don't have a ranch or a farm or a ton of acreage, you can still do a lot on less than a half acre in the city. And I'm thankful to have that opportunity, and I try not to take it for granted. My third one, it's kind of cheesy for some, but my phone. Some of y'all know, about a month or so ago, my phone broke. My dog knocked it off the table and shattered the screen right on the concrete patio. My daughter helped me get another one. And that's how I do videos. That's how I take pictures of my kids and my grandkids. It's how I take pictures of my dogs. It's how I communicate with my mom and dad and other family members. And I apologize for all the noise. It's a Wednesday afternoon and the factory's going crazy. We've had helicopters all day. So I do apologize for that. But I didn't want to be in the house. I'm sure you can understand. Winter's coming, and I don't have to be in the house enough. So I'm trying to enjoy all my outside time while I can. So I'm thankful to have a phone. When I was a little kid, the phone was in the kitchen with a cord a mile long, and that's where you had to talk to everybody. I'm glad we have modern technology and have cell phones. That leads me to my computer. I'm thankful I have my computer and the internet and to research everything. I think a lot of people take that for granted, the instant gratification of sorts of being able to obtain information. to connect with family and friends, social networks, to upload YouTube videos, to watch YouTube videos. So I really appreciate and very thankful to have a computer to do all that with. It's not the best. My daughter's is awesome. So whatever I can't do on mine, I usually switch over and she lets me do it on hers, like, CGI, computer animation that I do for my logo or my intro. So, thank you, Megan, for letting me do that. So that brings me to number 5. And I've heard one other, maybe 2 others say this one too. But music. I'm thankful for music. Music speaks to my soul. I have a tendency to sleep with music on. I listen to it in the truck. I listen to music whenever I can. Whenever I'm not listening to YouTube videos, I'm listening to music. Oh wow, that plane's loud. But I listen to all kinds of genres, not just. Now I admit the last few years, country has been my predominant one, but that's because I have it on a playlist, and I can pick and choose what songs I want to listen to. But I like everything from Johnny Cash to Elvis to Def Leppard to Metallica to Five Finger Death Punch to Nickelback, to modern rock and roll, old rock and roll, blues, jazz, classics, the classical music. The only thing I've never really been able to get into, and that's opera, but I'm sure if I got into the storyline, I could probably get into it. But music is just woven into the fabric of my life with every little square inch. That makes sense. I'm not sure if it does, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. My 6th one's a little more deep and a little bit more complicated to explain. I'm thankful for the things that I've been through that I'm able to help other people. I've had people that I know come to me and ask me for advice just on the pure fact that they knew that I would listen and that I would give them the most sound advice that I could. I'm no doctor or no shrink, but I'm a friend, and if you ever need somebody, I'm there. I'll listen, and sometimes I can even relate. I've been through a lot, more than a lot of people know and more than I care to admit. But I understand. I've been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, wanted to give it back. But I'm thankful that I have the ability, the patience, I don't know, what do you call it, the experience, the wisdom to help people who reach out to me for help. But not so much to the point where I'm putting my nose in their business and, saying, you should do this. That's not me. But that's the 6th thing I'm thankful for, that because of my experiences, I'm able to help others. I guess that was a really long way of saying that, but you get the gist of it. Hope I didn't bore you too much. And my number 7 for this week is I'm thankful for new opportunities. Sometimes we don't even know they're there and they just pop up and happen. New experiences, they help us grow. Pause for the helicopter. And a drink. Gotta love sweet tea. It is really noisy today, I apologize. But anyhow, my number 7 thing is new opportunities. I'm so thankful to have them. I'm so thankful they still come to me. I'm no spring chicken, but in the last 5 years alone, I have had so many new experiences and had so many new opportunities that I never dreamed would be laid before me. So, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, those 7 things is what I'm thankful for this week. Well, actually every day, but it's what I'm picking for this week's video. So if you want to join in on this challenge, please do. It's still open. You know, tomorrow you have 6 days after to get your video posted, and then the one for Thanksgiving. And I would appreciate it. I'm just trying to spread some good vibes out there. Anyhow, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will catch you on the next one. God bless and peace.